Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
A very pleasant good evening. And to those folks across the Pacific, Ohio, welcome to Curling Stadium here at the Martensville Curling Club. It's the Aly Jenkins Memorial Mixed Doubles. Thank you so much for watching. Arigato gozaimasu. We have this matchup between Shawna Simpson and Tyler Derksen versus Tori, Koana, and Go Aoki. Now to those folks who might want to view the game with Japanese commentary, we do have that available for this draw. The link is up and live on our Curling Zone YouTube channel. My name's Dave Schmel. I'll be joined by Jason Chang in just a minute. Connor Sims is manning the production board for this game. It is Koana and Aoki with the hammer here. They're throwing the red rocks. Here on sheet 1 and end number 1. Been a busy day of curling. This is our 5th draw of the day already. See, it is red sitting 2 already. This team, the number 4 ranked team in the world currently in mixed doubles. And there on my right is Jason Chang. Hello, Jason.
Good evening, Dave. Well, really good team. Yeah, as you were mentioning, Koana and Aoki, number 4 in the world. Expecting big, a good performance from them once again. And we'll see. They've got the hammer to start this game.
Got the hammer, and they're already sitting 2 and trying to make a little more happen. They're going to have to scrub hard to get past this guard. And they are all over it. So, bit of a misstep there, but
You
we'll
never
see.
really had a chance there.
No,
and
yeah.
Unfortunately, it might open up the double right now.
I think the double is there if you hit what you can see. See there, Tyler Derksen, the younger brother of Dylan Derksen, which makes him really young.
Well, he looks really young, and but I know the Derksen brothers, or I know of them. I haven't seen them play a lot, but I know they're pretty good young curlers coming up in Saskatchewan. So nice to see them here.
Pretty sure I have a couple T-shirts older than him.
Well, I think it's also great experience for these young teams to be playing against the international teams. I mean, Koana and Aoki, they're not old by any stretch of the imagination, but obviously very experienced.
And this one just a little bit narrow, Rex in the guard. So, bit of a break for Koana and Aoki there. But But yeah, question there. You're gonna. Looks like they're looking to just draw one in there. What do you think about that, Jason?
Yeah, I don't mind that call when you have the last rock here. I think what you'd like to avoid is leaving a triple right now, right? So as long as you're not leaving a triple, that's what you're mostly worried about. You've got a good end set up right now. You're sitting shot in second shot. Guarding is difficult right now because that yellow stone in the 8-foot can be promoted right to the button. And so if you guard and they make the perfect promotion, that yellow stone is going to be the steal point. So,
And Aoki has decided that he is sufficiently warmed up at this point. Loses the jacket.
yeah, it's funny you say that because, when I play 4-person curling, whether I skip or not skip, I usually keep my jacket on for the whole game. But when I play doubles, I normally do have to take it off as well.
I often curl in shorts.
Now, do you curl all year round where you are?
We do most of the time, yes. We melt down briefly every other year. Just because the ice gets too thick.
Yeah, for sure. Well, up here when we're in Canada, and I think especially if you're in Saskatchewan or the Prairie Provinces, I don't think you'd love to be curling every month of the year. You want to enjoy those short summers when you can and get out.
No, I totally get it. I understand why my Canadian friends think that I'm crazy, but I get it. I wouldn't waste 2.5 months or 3 months of summer either.
Yeah, I in my club team, my skip on my Thursday night men's team, he's usually done by February. He wants to get out of the curling rink by February. The weather's not usually that good in February, but by March or April in Toronto, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I know. We watch this one come down, and it's going to overcurl a little bit on Derksen again. Does manage to slide underneath their corner guard, but still 1 and 2 for Aoki. Yeah, I played in Martensville last year, or was it the year prior? And last year at Royals there in Toronto.
Oh, the Royal Canadian.
Yep. And it was late March. I ended up right in the middle of a ice storm.
Was that the men's invitational, or was that something else?
It certainly was.
Yeah, it was. I normally curl over East York in the east end of Toronto, but I have been a member of the Royals in their mixed league for a couple of years, and I played in that men's invitational before as well. Great Martensville.
No, it was a very nice Martensville, nice hospitality. A good, pretty well fun-loving club. I seemed to get the feeling that they didn't take things too seriously, which is good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great club, right in the heart of the city of Toronto. So the demographic is so diverse there, and that's one of the things that curling has to work on is to widen the demographic to make it more appealing to younger people, as well as people of different cultural backgrounds.
So here's the stone from Tori.
One of those pairs of doubles teams that are very strong coming out of Asia, in Japan specifically here. Makes the hit, sits for 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, played that chase very nicely. So you see Tyler, they're kind of saying, what do we do? And I think that's what you do, Tyler. Little tap and roll into the center.
Yeah, I like that call, Dave.
So Tyler's going to stay in the house to call line. Shawna will handle sweeping her own stone.
It looks like they've gone to playing the double here.
That does concede a 2 for sure. But you're not giving up 3 as long as you make it.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, at this point, it's still very early game. 2 is not the end of the world. Still have to make the double, though. Doubles are never automatic.
This one is on the way. The die is cast. Gonna curl up just enough, make it, and clear through. Good double takeout there by Shawna Simpson.
Yeah, really nice stone. Would have loved to have kept the shooter more in front of the rings, but try to lock off the draw path a little bit. But you know, they got the job done. I think they're happy in this end. It wasn't going their way. Giving up 2 is not the end of the world, like I was saying before. But against a team of the caliber of Koana and Aoki, being 2 down after one end, you are a little bit behind the 8 ball for sure. That's of course if Go Aoki can make this final stone draw.
So final stone of the end, Go Aoki. And it looks like this one does need to go. Shawna's on it. Sorry, Tori's on it right away, and Aoki hops in there too. They like it a little bit better now. Maybe a little bit of a false alarm.
A little bit of a panic before, but now
it needs to. Fine. Yeah, need to get off the guard. That's what they were waiting for.
That's no problem. That's going to be on the button.
Yep.
Almost
so
on the button.
There you go. So that's a score of 2 red. Hanging up, and we'll come back in a moment here on Curling Stadium.
Hey, Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
And welcome back to Martensville. Koana and Aoki scored a deuce in the first end. Simpson and Derksen have the hammer, throwing the yellow stones here in end number 2. Thank you so much for joining us here on Curling Stadium. I'm Dave Schmel, joined by Jason Chang and Connor Sims, handling the production duties, and all of you are here with us. If you haven't done so yet, please take an opportunity to like and subscribe. It really does help us out and help to move the channel forward.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right about that, and we want to thank all our fans in Asia, particularly in Japan. You've been big supporters of Curling Stadium and all the broadcasts that we bring to you. And we covered earlier today in the afternoon, Matsumura and Taneda as well. So
I actually just had them last draw.
now, how did they do last draw? They were quite impressive in the one Eastern game.
Well, it came down to the very last stone, and it ended up being a stolen point for Rameshlo and Derksen. They had Matsumura and Taneda had it under wraps the whole way, and ended up giving up a 4 in the 6th end, and it went from there.
Yeah, and that's really the beauty of mixed doubles, with those 2 stationary stones that start in the beginning of the end. Big scores can pop up right away, and if you make one half shot or a couple of mistakes in the end, there's only 5 rocks that you throw, so it's really easy to nail up some big numbers.
And it came down to a point where they made a strategy choice. Did Matsumura and Taneda 1 of 3 shots, and well, they go back and look at it again, they probably would have liked one of the other 2 options better. but that's why we play this game.
Yeah, I think just mixed doubles is just a little bit more dynamic. I think you see a few more upsets in the mixed doubles game relative to the four-person game. But it's really completely different. If you've played it before or you've watched it, you can see the strategy is completely different. Just the dynamic and the pace is completely different.
So we see this draw coming down. Gonna lock up on the top one nicely.
Yeah, really good shot there. Corner freezing on top. I got a chance to see this team of Koana Aoki in February at the 2025 Asian Winter Games in Harbin, China. They were in the mixed doubles discipline, and they did win the gold medal in the Asian Winter Games against the Korean team of Kim and Seong, one of the many Korean teams. I was there for the men's event, playing for Hong Kong, of course.
So we're gonna make this peel. And now is the guard gonna come right back up? I think it might.
I think so. I mean, Simpson and Derksen recognized that the end wasn't setting up very well in terms of the angles. You can see those red stones lining up in front of those yellow stones. So the peel was a very good call there. Obviously, I think they'd want to try to disturb something in the rings because right now those angles are very good for Koana and Aoki.
And mixed doubles discipline is so much about angles.
Oh, absolutely, and it's really a race to control that area just right in front of the button, those 4 or 5 feet in front of that button, right in the middle of the sheet of ice. Completely different from the four-person thing. Obviously, during the power play, it's a little bit different for the mixed doubles, but during the other end, when the power play isn't in effect, controlling that the center area is very important, and having the right angles, obviously. Just overcurled a little bit here.
It did overcurl a little bit. Is that enough of a window, Jason?
I think making a play into the center maybe makes some sense, but I think you want to keep your shooter around here. Your yellow, I mean, if you make the play on the red on the yellow is disappearing. You're trying to get the red out of there, but I think you need to keep your shooter around because I think you're going to need that yellow stone, your shooter, to maybe run in later. So
I agree with you. Tyler basically ran down the ice to throw this one.
I think you want to make the hit here, try to roll a little bit to the right from the overhead side, and then see what Aoki and Koana do.
This is going to be on the guard, I think. Yes,
Yeah.
It is.
The problem
That's
with
where Brusher really would have helped.
Yeah, I think if you just made the hit, I don't know. I think they played a lot of weight at that, and they probably were rolling out. If you rolled out and you just made that red-yellow double at the top, the Japanese team would just throw up another guard. And so I think you really needed to keep that shooter around, just roll it to maybe a little bit to the left as you see it from the thrower side, and have a bit of an angle that you can drive in afterwards, so you can go yellow onto that red stone that's on the top of the button.
Yeah, as much as some of us here have been on our high horse and soapboxes about pace of play, you might have wanted to look at that one just a second longer. Although firmly melted on that soapbox is our good friend and colleague, Mr. Jim Nix.
Should be another guard now. They're in a
Yep.
great spot here this end for this Japanese duo.
Yep, lather, rinse, and repeat. This one's going to curl up and finish at a better spot, I do believe.
Yeah, the line looks a bit better than the other one. She got out there to the broom, and there you go, perfectly guarded.
So now, as you said, losing that shooter makes it so much tougher.
Yeah, you have nothing to run in now. That's the problem. Obviously, they didn't make the double to begin with, but if they had made the double with the shot they called, the shooter would have rolled out, so they would have had nothing to run in.
The only way to score, if you had to score right now, would be to run the wrong red in and peel them out. You could get 2 if you'd ever made it, but
yeah, to pick it, that corner guard.
Yeah. So we're going to get some action here. On it, straight back into the rings. Shuffle them around some. Still shot stoned for Koana and Aoki. And now they're just going to really lay the wood and just put another one on there.
Yeah, I think so. Right on top. Shot and second shot.
Now they are going to have the angle raised to break up whatever angle. It all depends on how this ends up here. But to me, this is the right call.
Yeah, I think you want to end up slightly, from the thrower's angle, slightly on the high side. So that if they try to run the Yellowstone in, this shooter won't go anywhere. If you're slightly on the high side, the shooter won't spill out. If you're on the low side, if you over curl yellow onto the 2 reds, the 2 reds can be doubled off, and it could be 2 points.
So they're both on it. Now just Aoki. Line looks pretty decent. Just needs to settle now.
Yeah, they are definitely on the high side. You can see right here, well managed, perfect.
I don't know if he could have walked it down better, Jason.
Yeah, if you try to run in the red one or the yellow one that's on the the center line, or the red one on the corner guard, that back red one will drag right onto the back yellow one. So that's a perfect angle. That corner guard yellow, as I was saying, you can't hit that one in and get shot rock. That top red one will stay right there.
It certainly will. And they're saying, how do we ever score? And, well, don't think you can.
I don't think you're scoring. I think you're trying to limit the damage here.
So it's just going to be a matter of trying to remove one of these reds to only give up a single.
Yeah, you can draw to the side of the button.
Can you, though?
That corner guard is a bit in the way, though. You're absolutely right, Dave. They're going to have to come pretty close to that yellow corner guard to get to the side of the button. This is tricky.
Calculus is tricky. This is hard. So facing 2, it's a big shot for Shawna Simpson.
Yeah, she's just got to settle in and throw, draw, wait, and hit the line and hope for the best after that.
Final stone, the second end. Tyler Derksen walking it on down. Just a heavy clean right now. Now on it a little bit harder.
Yeah, they will have to get pretty tight to this guard here.
They're going to be past the corner guard. Now, is it too much weight? It needs to settle. Stop and settle. Stop and settle. It does not. And that's a steal of 2 for Koana and Aoki. We have a 4-stone lead. We'll be back with the third end in just a moment on Curling Stadium.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
And welcome back to Martensville. It was a steal of 2 for Tori Koana and Aoki in the second end to take a commanding 4-stone lead over Shawna Simpson and Tyler Derksen.
Yeah, really well constructed end there by Koana and Aoki to set up that steal of 2. They really made every shot that end.
And that opening draw was made quite well by Tori.
Yeah, not unexpected. This team is very, very good. As I mentioned, the Asia Winter Games champion back in February of 2025, earlier this year. Very experienced in the mixed doubles circuit, and both of them play the 4-player game as well. So,
I believe Koana skips the team. Does Aoki as well?
yeah, Go Aoki used to skip a four-player men's team. I think he was a Japanese champion and played at the World Championships at least once, maybe more than once. I'm not sure. Can't remember.
Yeah. I haven't had an opportunity to call him in a 4-player game this season, so forgive my ignorance there.
Yeah, and I got to play against his brother. I think it's probably a younger brother. I'm not 100% sure, but he looks like the younger brother of Go Aoki at the Asia Winter Games in the men's event. So Go was playing the mixed doubles with Tori Koana, and his younger brother was skipping the men's team.
You see Tyler and Shawna still talking. That's good. The worst thing you can do is go quiet when you're behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, that's one of the interesting dynamics about doubles. You know, in a 4-person game, you've got 3 other players who you can interact with, who might be able to pick you up when you're not playing very well. In a 2-person game, it's just you and your partner out there. So you really have to get along and help each other out.
When I first started curling, I played with the gentleman who taught me learn to curl and ended up becoming a good friend. But we always had somebody on the team assigned on Skip's morale, because a couple shots, you'd see him put his head down and start pacing and everything. Somebody had to go and smack him upside the head. Or politely give him a pep talk. I'm not advocating actual physical abuse.
Well, thanks for clarifying that, Dave.
Well, here in Philly, we would probably actually just smack you. Yep, we had to watch out for the appearance of Sad Zach. Sad Zach was bad.
I think that grabbed out of my hand.
man. Just went straight sideways.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Koana and Aoki are the team for the Japan that's designated to go to the Olympic qualification event that's happening later next month in December to win Japan the opportunity to play at the Winter Olympic Games in Milano Cortina. So 8 teams are automatically qualified for the Olympic Games based on the, one for the hosts, that's Italy, and then 7 teams based on the world rankings, based on the last 2 years of the World Championship results. I think Japan did not finish high enough in those last 2 years of World Championships, so they are going to the World Qualification event. I think they were very close, just like the Australian team of Gill and Hewitt, just on the cusp of getting the automatic qualifying spot, but just on the outside looking in.
Yeah, when I took a look at those standings, that actually surprised me because for as well as Gill and Hewitt have been playing for the last year and a half, to see them on the outside looking in, you know that they'll be giving their all in Kelowna.
Yeah, and I also just had a quick look at who's already in pre-qualified for the Olympics, obviously as Italy as the host nation, but Estonia, they've been number 1 for the last couple of seasons, actually, Harry Lill and Murray Culvey. Sweden, Great Britain, Norway, Canada, Switzerland, and the United States, the 2 Coreys, already pre-qualified. And then there's the 2 spots left. And we know Australia, Japan, Germany, South Korea, and a bunch of other nations fighting for those 2 spots that are remaining.
And many of those teams are competing here this weekend.
Absolutely.
Trying to get everything dialed in.
Yeah, Australia, Japan, Korea, and Finland, I think China, all needing to go to that the Olympic qualification event.
So it's going to be quite the event in Kelowna in just a few weeks' time now. This stone from Tyler, run it back. Only going to peel it and leave your own guard, so it's still Koana and Aoki sitting 2.
Yeah, you can just see the experience and the just the level of play that Aoki and Koana are coming here with, right? Those first couple of stones are perfectly placed. You put the other team on their back heel, especially if they don't make them perfect, right? If your opposition doesn't make them perfect and you get your first 2 in a perfect spot, it's really easy to steal in a mixed doubles game. You've got the backing of that stationary yellow stone already there, so great setup right now.
And when you do hit that abort button, it does actually have to, cause something to happen. Leaving that center guard there, that's just not good. So, Tori Koana throwing one way out in the hinterlands here. See it finishing back hard. Plenty of room past the guard, and it's going to end up right top eyebrow.
Yeah, now sitting 3.
So this is where you have to put the experience in there. I think they want to hit something, but...
Yeah, they have to hit something. They have to drive something in. There's no room to score at the moment, but as you can see from the setup, both those red stones, the one in the back of the button, the one in the top of the button, they're all jamming into those yellow stones. They're not actually leaving the rings.
Could you draw down with just a little bit of weight onto the back one?
Yeah, the pin looks like you can see the pin at the moment. Can you get actually a piece of the pin?
Well, yeah, I was thinking more as a setup shot with this one.
Yeah, you could play a setup shot as well. But the problem with the setup shot is Koana and
the other guys get to throw.
Yeah, and they're going to throw a guard on top of it, so you're going to have to run in the opposition stone. And if your angle's not good, you could be running it in and giving up 4. So obviously, giving up 3 is not great right now since you're already down by 4. You really need to try to score here. But it's not looking good here for Simpson and Derksen. But
Yeah, it's gotten late fast. neither one of those yellows that can run from. Oh, well, you got one of them that's hanging out there somewhere in Manitoba. The other one is way up there in Nunavut.
You know our territories.
What kind of curler do you think I am?
Well, I haven't had yet the pleasure to curl up in Nunavut.
Well, you have a standing invitation, my friend, and you can always stay at my place. So final stone for Koana and Aoki.
Yeah, just one more guard here. And honestly, even if you didn't guard this rock, even if you hog this rock, I'm not even sure there's a way for yellow to score. Yeah, they just brought it right into the rings, actually.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, I think the only way to score right now is by helicopter. I don't mean to be funny, but I think that's almost the reality of the situation.
Yeah, it's hard to see them not giving up more than one, but I don't know if they can throw it hard enough and basically down the middle, down the center line, try to hit that red stone that's in the top of the forefoot. Maybe that back red one, the one that's on the back of the button, will squirt sideways. That one on the top of the button won't go anywhere, but maybe that one in the top of the four will go sideways as well, and maybe your shooter can set second shot. That's the only thing I can see to give up one.
If you could
and I'm not even sure that shot's there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking if maybe you hit the perfect angle on the stone there in Manitoba, you might be able to clear a few of them, but I still think that back one's never going anywhere. And
Yeah, the
probably giving up two there.
Yeah, the one on the top of the button is definitely not going anywhere. If you can maybe hit that red stone that's in the top four, maybe that red one on the back of the button will squirt sideways and your shooter could outcount it. I'm not sure exactly what they've decided here.
So, Shawna Simpson facing, well, frankly, too many. Final stone of the third. Looking for the hero draw here, it appears. And trying to throw the old spinner to get her in there. Let's see if we can make this one happen. Channeling Nicholas Adine.
It's not too bad looking, actually.
This is gonna be relatively close, but just a little bit too short. And it's a steal of 3, I believe. And that's gonna make it 7-0 after 3. We'll be back.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
And welcome back. It was a steal of 3 for Koana and Aoki. And that means it's time for the power play, Jason.
That's super crazy awesome power play.
Super crazy awesome power play. Don't know if Connor's found the super crazy awesome power play graphic, but it is super crazy and awesome.
Yeah,
And
Connor
there we
might
see
have
that
needed
first push shot.
Yeah, maybe we should have given him the memo there for that graphic. Again, well executed. We saw that a couple draws ago with Gillen Hewitt making that raise of that corner guard into the house. It's a tough shot to make, actually. You have to practice that and have that in your repertoire.
No, it certainly is a game changer if you can make it. That's something that you need to be a high level team to call that on the reg and have it be a good idea. Do the kids still say on the reg? I don't know.
I'm even too old to know. Well, actually, what's funny is at my curling club tonight, we had a special presentation for 2 longtime members of my curling club, the Eastern Curling Club. They've been curling there since 1975, so that's 50 years. Is that 50 years? Is my math correct? 1975 is 50 years.
That math does indeed math, yes.
So they stopped curling this at the end of last season. I guess they made it to 49 seasons before they decided to put an end to it, and we awarded them, Gordon, Karen Shepard, a lifetime membership at the Eastern Curling Club.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, on our Monday morning league, I played against a former U.S. senior ladies champion who is still curling at the age of 82.
Yeah, curling is just a great sport where you can play it from when you're 5 and you continue going on, whether you can keep sliding or whether you have to switch to the stick.
Yeah, Rosie only switched to the stick, maybe only 2 years ago. All the way up to 80, she was still kicking out of the hack and throwing runbacks on me.
Well, what I found is those who were sliding and then they switched to the stick, they've found a new skill set with those peel weights. They weren't throwing peel weights before, and all of a sudden, peel weights was part in their repertoire.
Yeah, it actually, it's taken Rosie a second to really embrace that because she was always, she'd throw a heavy board weight double on you, and you say, how did all those rocks actually move? She just always hit it exactly where it had to be hit.
Yeah, those wily veterans. I know when I was younger, I always got frustrated playing against those wily veterans, the seniors or the masters curlers, because they just had such good touch. It's one of those skills that I think I learned from them is bringing your weight down. You can just control the stone just that much better. You can control the rolls as well on your hits. And now you see that happening with the elite curling teams, like a team like Bruce Mowat. They throw their hits, if they can, with board weight because they know they can manipulate it with the sweeping and get the exact roll that they want.
Oh, you said it wrong, Jason. It's barrier.
Barrier weight, yes. Yeah, that's so just over curled there. They need to be on the high side. Now that yellow stone that they just threw isn't particularly useful.
So it looks like that Koana and Aoki are going to make a play on these.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good call. You can hit the yellow, it'll go into the red, the back yellow will go. That second shot stone on that T line. I think I like this call.
You should kill both yellows. I think the one on the edge of the 12 is still going to hang on, but you don't care too much about that.
No, I think you should be able to set 3 after this if you hit this right.
So he grabs his favorite stone. And kicks and fires. Oh, he rolled that one off his hand. It's going to be tight to the guard. Oh, it does get by. And
yeah,
it hangs
perfect.
on. They lie 1, 2, 3. Great shot by Aoki.
Yeah, very well done. Let's look at the replay here. You see, he thinks he's tight, so he jumps up very quickly to sweep on that straight side, but after a few licks, they then liked it. Obviously, you saw the results. Makes the 2 yellows disappear. The shooter kicks into the other stone that was shot stone. Now they sit 3.
Well, he clicked the like button on that one and gives everybody an opportunity to click the like button on the stream. Help us out with the old algorithm.
Yeah, the great news is they haven't left the triple, so. Yeah, if you're Simpson and Derksen now, you're just trying to figure out a way to score 2 here.
Yeah, and the way you have to do that is kind of chase this red and roll deep underneath and use your opponent's stone as a guard. So, well, they have a couple underneath that corner, but don't know how you're ever going to bring them in to score, Jason.
Yeah. I mean, right now, the 2 reds, if you just play the double, that top red probably jams into one of those yellow stones. That double's pretty thin at the moment, and there's still a back red stone. Like, they're still saying 3 right now.
You see Shawna actually after that delivery indicated that she thought she might have touched it after the hog line, but they determined that there was nothing going on with that, so no big deal.
Yeah, and in the case of that last stone from Simpson and Derksen, another way to play it would have just tried to draw to the back of the 4-foot behind
Right.
that red stone that's in the top of the rings.
Use it as a guard. Sometimes, it doesn't always have to be your stone to be a guard. I fully agree with you there, Jason.
And I wouldn't have necessarily expected Koana and Aoki to miss the run back if they had made that draw perfectly. I still would have expected Aoki and Koana to make the run back, but that really was probably your easiest way to try to generate 2 points out of this situation. It's not a great situation, so.
Well, yeah. Well, the benefit to that would be is when they would throw that ensuing run back, then now maybe you can work behind the T line to double off some of those guys in the back and maybe bring those wingers in.
Yeah.
Well, the one winger at the time. But they're a very young team, and they're only going to get better.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you learn a lot from just playing, and especially if you're playing against world-class teams like Koana and Aoki. So I'm sure they're going to take a lot away from this game. And they did open up with a win as well, so they're 1-0 right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They just kind of split theirs up a little bit. They lie 4. So 2 stones left for Simpson and Derksen. What does the crystal ball say?
I do think you have to make a play on this red stone that's in just biting the top of the 4. It's too deep now to draw around, unfortunately, right? If they drew it around earlier, when it was just in the top 8 or biting the 8-foot, you've got room behind it to get buried. Now, where it is now, with it being moved up a bit, you can't really get fully buried and still be shot stone.
And the double takeout on those reds doesn't do you any good. Triple is not there.
The triple isn't there. This freeze isn't the worst call, but freezes are so hard to make perfectly. I know they're thinking you can maybe...
Yeah, then all they have to do is, but you know, you make the freeze, they can draw right down on top of it, and you're right back to... Yeah.
Yeah, you'd want to freeze onto the inside of the stone and maybe set up a jam on the other side, but there's no guarantee even if it jams, red's not still sitting too. That stone in the top, the shooter that was just thrown, it is biting the 8-foot, so...
It's a great spot too, yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what if they've decided. I mean, I think even though it's going to leave a short run back, I think you have to play that hit on that red stone that's just nibbling the top of the 4-foot. Roll it a little bit to the right from the overhead angle.
So it looks like they're play the double on the 2 in the back.
I don't think they're making the double here. Yeah, I think the rationale there was if they make the double, maybe you get a miss, and maybe there's still a double left for a couple points. But right now, anyway, the double and the 2 red ones in the top of the rings, that top one is definitely jamming on one of the yellow ones on the side.
Oh, for sure. I think they were just hoping that if they ever had to throw that, maybe they could throw it hard enough to make it still slide out the back after making contact, but a lot of ifs in this situation.
Yeah, I know they're scrapping for something here. They're down by 7 points, so I know they weren't exactly looking for 2 points. They were looking for a little bit more.
Now they need to make sure they preserve their ability to score anything.
Yeah, they should have an open house here to draw down to.
Well, that does roll on out a little bit.
Oh, so maybe
they're going to take a look at it.
Well, I think you got to try. I mean, you're down by 7.
For sure.
Taking 1 isn't going to help you. You got to at least try for 2 here.
Okay, so the question is, because you're going to jam into that top yellow most likely, is that back yellow out counting the back red on the Pia company?
It looks close, but I think it is.
If we kill the scoreboard for a second, thank you, Connor. I'd be inclined to agree with you.
I think it's always prudent to agree with me.
I always agree with my work wife and my curling wife. Don't have an actual wife.
Well, you're a very smart man. Some people would say you're a very smart man.
Yeah, be careful what you say there, Jason. I don't want you to get in trouble. Final stone of the end. Shawna Simpson with the Hail Mary double, trying to get a deuce to stay in the game. Nope, it's just going to be a single point. So they trail by 6. We'll be back from Martensville after this.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
So Simpson and Derksen getting the board in the fourth end with a single point. Koana and Aoki have the hammer here in end number 5. From the Aly Jenkins Memorial Mixed Doubles Spiel at the Martensville Curling Club in Saskatchewan. And Jason, that was a end that they could just never get it going, could Simpson and Derksen.
Yeah, just a couple of shots that really just didn't end up on the right angles. And we talked about this earlier in the game, right? Angles in the mixed doubles game is so important. You've only got 5 stones to throw. So if the angles are wrong, you then spend 2 more rocks to try to get the angle correct, right? So they're on the board, but they've got their work cut out for them. Koana and Aoki, they've got last stone advantage. And they still have their power play as well. So even if they give up a steal of 1 here, I don't think Koana and Aoki were going to be very worried here.
So happy to have you with us here on Curling Zone. We have action all day and all night. This is our final draw of the game. It's been 5 draws thus far today. Gonna take a look around the rings here after this shot.
I think you have to butt the guard again here. I don't think you can make a play in the house. It's too early. You're trying to steal now.
Well, if it needs to get over the hog line first to be a guard. And they do make it over.
Never in doubt.
Absolutely. So we're here on sheet 1. Taking a look over there on sheet 2.
Yeah, but over on sheet 2, we've got the Korean team, Kim and Jeong. They're trailing 2-3 to Patang Laptanya, the Moose Jaw team from Saskatchewan. Over on sheet 3, the Chinese team, Ye and Yu, they're leading 3-2. Over Damon and Ben Amsterdam from Alberta, they're after 3 ends. And Ingram and Teninchuk, 3-3 tie with Justin Chirpin after 3 ends of play.
It looks like a score of 2 in the fourth, so a steal of 2. So
yep,
now it's
absolutely.
5-3. And that brings us back to our game, where Koana and Aoki have a firm advantage.
Yeah, well in control of this game. And that guard didn't guard that yellow stone, so able to make a play on it. Chips the back red one, but they won't be concerned about that. Yeah, Martensville, a great facility. I've never actually been to Martensville itself. I have commentated a number of events out of Martensville, and I always see the ice is so good there. The players love going there, and the fans also turn up for the games as well.
Yep, huge credit to James Gordon, the club manager and chief ice maker at the Martensville Curling Club. So you got to get something going now here, Jason.
Yeah, I think you just got to play a draw right now. Just go around everything. Go around that yellow guard. Go around the red stone that's in the top of the 12. That's what I would do.
Good crown on hand. Taking in some nice curling here on this Friday evening.
Yeah, they're playing a hit on this rock, but it's okay if you can keep it behind that guard.
It's half under, but still very gettable.
Yeah, and that's why I preferred the draw there. I mean, you had to really put it right behind that yellow guard to be useful, because that yellow guard's so high that if you leave any piece open, the Japanese team should just be hitting this.
What's the old saying? Down by 4, hit no more.
It looks like they're going to try to run this yellow, open it up in the middle. In any case, they're in a pretty comfortable spot now, up by 6 with last stone.
Moving over to the intern. He kicks and deals.
Yeah, sorry there, Dave. I was just going to say I love the decals on the rings here at Martensville. Churchill Brewing Company. I'm going to assume that's maybe from Churchill, Manitoba. So sponsoring your neighbor, that's very kind of them if it is.
Right on T, so there's no double. Or do you throw center? Probably center.
So they just indicate a guard there?
Yeah, they did. I think they're worried if you go in right now, it's the double will be too easy. So one more guard.
So here's Tyler Derksen with his final stone of the 5th.
Yeah, we talked about this team being quite young, but I really do like the technique Tyler throws with a really good delivery, very stable. Makes the guard nicely.
Well, it's easy to do when you're young, when everything still bends the way it's supposed to. Looks like they're going to take on the chase here.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Plenty of room past that very, very high guard.
Yeah, that guard was more intended to be a 2-guard, a halfway guard, just over the hog line, and there's just so much space here with the amount of curl there is on this ice.
Needs it to take the curl. Needs it to take the curl.
I think he's got enough
Doesn't take enough of it.
Yeah, chipped it over though, so that helps. That helps open up the draw for your last rock if you need it. So while it wasn't perfect, it's still okay.
So they're indicating they're going to draw to lie 2 right there on the eyeball. I think that's about the best spot.
Yeah, with the scoreline the way it is, they're in the 5th end, they're down by 6. There's only 4 ends left. You almost need to either steal out or get a force and then get a big score with hammer back.
You've already used your power play.
You've already used your power play. The opposition hasn't used theirs. You almost need to try to steal 2 here. So you almost don't even want this to be fully buried or over buried. You almost want it to block the draw path a little bit and maybe make the other team play a bit of a chase shot instead.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You kind of need a miss right now.
Absolutely. I was thinking that maybe if you just bite the 8-foot with this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Try to block the draw off and make the other team play a chase shot instead.
This has plenty of weight.
Edge a little bit juicy here.
It has buckets of weight. Needs to grab onto a piece of hops and hang on. It does.
Yeah,
You
4
lie
or
two
5
at the
feet.
moment. Draw to the 4.
Yeah, and you got a little bit backing to work with now. 4 or 5 feet higher, and that's pretty good, but that's just too deep.
So it'll be Tori Koana. Throwing the draw to the full 4. With backing. Final stone of the 5th. Aoki on the brush. Off and on. They must like it. Just keeping it clean. Just a few strokes here and there.
Yeah, it looks perfect based on the way they're sweeping this.
And they like it with good reason because it is picture perfect. And that is a single point. They score 1 and take a 7-stone lead into the 6th. We'll be back from Martensville after this.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Welcome back to end number 6 here in Martensville at the Aly Jenkins Memorial Mixed Doubles. Tori Koana and Aoki have a commanding 7-stone lead over Shawna Simpson and Tyler Derksen here. Simpson and Derksen have the hammer, and it is full out all the stops, gun blazing. AJ?
Yeah, you have to go full out offense here. 2 isn't going to be enough here. I think if you're going to try to win this game, you really need to try to generate 3 or 4 points out of this. So just focus on making your shots and see what happens. This one looks a hair on the wide side. Now it's coming in, so it doesn't look too bad now.
Getting that nice finish. Comes down to a nice spot, well thrown.
Yeah, good first shot here. This is what they've been struggling with all game, is getting that first rock or the first 2 rocks into position. This end, they have done that.
And Tori's first stone was just a skosh off the mark there. Sorry, Go's first stone, I apologize.
Yeah, this Japanese team, they have Go, the male player, throwing the first and fifths. Tori Koana, the female player, playing 2, 3, and 4. You more often see it the other way around, but actually I've noticed a few of the Japanese team play it with this configuration, and some of them actually switch around. You're allowed to switch the playing order, and some of the Japanese teams, or at least one of them I've seen in the past, switch whether they have the last stone or not have the last stone.
I would see it possibly happening more at the club level than a high level, because
Yeah,
you
I
might
don't.
have somebody who has a vastly different skill set.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you see that switch very often. Most teams will stick to one configuration, whether you have last rock or not, or whether you're on the power play or not. Yeah, as you mentioned, Dave, we had 5 draws today, and we're going to have at least 4 more tomorrow. 9 Central, noon, 3, 6 Central, and then if tiebreakers are necessary, 9 Central as well.
And it is going to be busy for sure. We have a great matchup for our first draw in the morning. Have Matsumura and Taneda versus Imamen and Sipala. You can join myself and Rory.
Yeah, the Japanese team, Matsumura Taneda, they're 2-0 in this tournament right now. Immonen and Sipala from Finland. Very experienced.
And then we have this team at noon Central. And that broadcast will be available in both English and Japanese.
Yeah, Ono-san doing the Japanese commentary. Koana thinking about this a little bit here.
So what are the thoughts going through those heads? What do you say?
Well, I'm honestly not too sure. I mean, they're well in the driver's seat. They just hit the red one on the nose. Probably can make the double. Even if you just get one of those Yellowstones out of there, I'd be pretty happy. Pretty tough to not hit any of the Yellowstones out if you just hit the red stone. So maybe overthinking it just a bit with a 7-point lead. Close to the double now. Yeah, they got it.
There they go, and they all fly.
Yeah, they didn't need to think that much. Really good shot there.
Just the old grip it and rip it is what was called for.
You see the replay here. Thanks to our crew, Connor Sims leading production tonight. I think couldn't have made this any better. Left the shooter right there in the top of the forefoot. Both yellows squeeze out. Yeah, if you're Simpson and Derksen, you're still trying to generate a couple points here.
Definitely going to give it a shot for sure. Hope springs eternal in a curler.
Yeah, they're playing the intern. Are they playing just to draw right, wide around that off-center yellow guard? Yeah, I think so. Creeps to the back, redstone.
Yeah, they're trying to get around the outside. Around the outside. They make it around the outside.
Pretty good.
That is pretty good.
You probably can still see enough of it to squeeze it out, though, on the out-turn hit with peel weight.
There you see it on the overhead.
Yeah, if they were able to get that to over-curl a little bit, be on the other side of the redstone frozen, but a little bit more to the left from the overhead, then it'd be much harder to squeeze out. It's still a really good draw, though. You can see from that thrower's view, just enough room, I think, if you wanted to play a hit through that that stagger, hit the yellow shot stone.
That is a fine line to walk. But walk it they will. On this one, right out of Tori's hand. Needs to get past the high guard. Get past it. Oh, no, it just wicks off. Good effort there.
Yeah, they were sweeping it all the way, just a hair tight, I think.
So now you're thinking, how do I make sure we score 2 now? Or how do I hope to score 3?
Well, I think the only way to score 3 is to play a phrase, and then hope that they can't squeeze any of the yellow stones out. I think you really need to try for 3 here with the scoreline as it is. You've only got 7 and 8 left after this ends, so even if you score 3, you're down by 4. You're still scratching.
And your opponents still have a power play to use.
Yep.
I don't even know if they're of age to go to the lounge and drown their sorrows away. Here's the final one from Tyler. This line looks really nice if it gets right to the face. Over curling an awful lot, though.
Yeah, over curling there at the end. Yeah, it won't help them all that much. Yeah, just lock one on the top of those yellow stones.
You can do that, it'll make it very difficult on their young opponents.
Looks like they've changed the call now. Maybe going for the hit.
They're going to hit something, yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna try a hit right there in the crotch. All right. Koana has a broom down. Aoki with the delivery. His last on the way. Like a hurricane. And doesn't move a whole lot around. And call me crazy, but I think there might be a double for 3 there.
Yeah, the question is, can you squeeze that red stone past those yellow stones? Yeah, the issue is if you actually manage to squeeze that second red stone between the 2 yellow stones, the angle you have to throw the shooter at, you'll be kind of glancing off the red one a little bit, and the shooter will be spinning upwards and sideways. So the question is, can you hold that shooter for 3 points? Yeah, you have to try, I think.
Right, the way you have to throw it, you're going to end up with the gear effect basically doubling as it goes. Oh, you certainly have to throw. You have no other option.
Yeah, two's not enough here. And really, you even to score two, you almost have to play the double because you can't hit and roll in enough, I don't think.
So, Shawna Simpson. And Tyler Derksen. A big shot for three here to try to stay in this game. The last of the sixth. Derksen with a clean. Now trying to carve. Needs to come over a little bit. Glances it, and they're going to get two out of it. So pretty good shot. Was not able to get three, but they did secure their dues. Cuts that down to 8-3. And we play on. We'll be back from Martensville in just a moment. You're watching Curling Stadium here on SSN.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome back to Martensville. It's the Aly Jenkins Memorial Mixed Double Spiel here at the Martensville Curling Club. Nice dues for Shawna Simpson and Tyler Derksen there in the sixth. Take us through this shot, Jason.
Yeah, we're going to see this. We were wondering whether they could have held this for three, and they hit it a hair too thin. That's why the second red stone clipped the yellow stone on the side of the 8-foot. If they could have hit this a hair thin, they try to sweep for the carve. You can see just a hair too thin came off that yellow stone. If they could have just hit it a hair thicker, maybe they could have stuck it for three. Good shot, though, nonetheless.
So it's in the seventh end, and Koana and Aoki are going to play the power play. Did a good job. The first stone lobbed up there was the center guard. So that was nicely scooted on out of there. So now Derksen. Putting the guard back up.
Yeah, they really need this guard up. They're down by 5 right now still. without last rock. 2 ends remaining, so you do the math. You've got to probably steal 2 in one end and steal 3 in another end, and then that still only sends you into extra ends.
Well, we're just coming off a extra end game in our last draw. And I am Curling Zone's official bringer of extra ends.
Well, everyone loves a little bit of bonus curling. Not sure the commentators feel the same way, or the crew.
Oh, no. They not fit.
We always love tied games going into that last end. Very little chance of an extra end in that situation.
Even had a chance to call a double extra last year.
Yeah, those ones are crazy when it's a double extra end. I haven't... I've seen a couple in person, actually, but I've never commentated one that went to double extras.
It was Dropkin versus Gushu. End up being Brad in the double extra.
Again, the guard is being called here.
Around the guard, we're going to have the peel. Contemplating the double peel right now.
Yeah, they can't really peel it from the intern side. It might jam on the back redstone, or the redstone that's in the house. So I think they are looking at the peel on the outturn side. Just with the way it lines up, though, the shooter might just stay right there if you peel from the outturn side.
Yeah, well, they're going to play it on the end, probably with a lot of rotation to try to get it to gear and keep moving.
Yeah, so hitting that red one first.
Yes. And then climb up onto the next one. This is going to come with a lot of weight, and there it is.
Yeah.
You see that very positive release there. Lots of rotation. Does it hit in the right spot? Well, hit probably just a little bit too much in the middle.
Yeah, I wanted that redstone to probably move a bit away from that spot it is right now. With that being said, he cleared 2 of the guards.
And when you're in the guard removal business, 1 is better than 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
See, I can do math. I can do math too.
Oh, you sure can. I know we were joking about in the earlier afternoon draw about the bacon, and I was at my Friday night mixed league curling game. I surveyed the table afterwards. We're doing a little broom stacking.
Right.
Happy to report now we're 9-0, so we got the win today. So we're still.
Congratulations! Glad to hear that.
Thank you very much. We were doing a little broom stacking, and I was asking people what they thought of the Canadian backed bacon, and most of the table said that is bacon. So.
Well, fair enough. The question is, have you had Scrapple?
No, and I don't even know if I've ever heard of that.
Well, Scrapple is a Pennsylvania Dutch dish. It's basically, well, light way to say miscellaneous pork that is put together with cornmeal and a copious amount of spices and formed into a loaf. And then you fry it either on the flat top grill or you deep fry it.
Okay.
And the condiments that are served with it, as we watch this peel come down, bang, bang. A couple more go in the corner. So the condiments that are used on it are either tomato ketchup or, and this sounds odd, but savory and sweet go together, grape jelly. Some people even honey.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean,
and it is available at some markets in Ontario.
Okay, well, I'm the way it's been described, I don't think it's particularly appetizing, but I am Chinese in background. We do eat a lot of random meat parts of animals. So you just combine some, was it pork parts into a loaf form that's, deep fried is already making it better.
Yeah, well, deep fried. Let's see, there's some controversy there. You know, some people say deep frying is heresy, and the only way is to grill it on the flat top. But it's served both ways quite commonly.
Well, I'm sensing this is probably going to be the last end here. No Yellowstones in the rings. Koana and Aoki, they use their power play as a defensive mechanism here. This sits down, he'll just be sitting one, and I don't think one will keep them playing for any longer. The last rock here, just an opportunity for the Japanese team to finish this out on a high note. Get a W on the board.
F sharp or G?
Well,
there it is.
It took me a second. It took me a second, Dave, but I got the joke. Now, I was never musical and didn't play any instruments, so that's why it took me a second. Yeah, perfect once again, and there you go. That's the game.
Yep, and that is the game. So congratulations to Tori Koana and Go Aoki. They take the win over Shawna Simpson and Tyler Derksen.
Yeah, much needed win there for Aoki and Koana. They did lose their opener to Perez and Rios, so good way to get back to 1-1 and stay in that playoff hunt.
So that's all we have for you right now. Stay with us, and we will be back in the morning, 9 o'clock Central Time, with another full day of action here on Curling Stadium. So for now, for Jason Chang and Connor Sims, I'm Dave Schmel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a pleasant day.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the Rip Berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk? And I'll add spinach and ginger. And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the Power Booster and the Collagen Booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.